welcome back to my YouTube channel Ravella Design. Today I'm with you with a very beautiful project. Did you see this project? Crochet bag with flowers. It's really very beautiful, very elegant. I'm sure you will also like, and making it is really very easy. Even the beginners can easily make it. I also assembled a bag lining inside it like this. It's really very nice. Okay, let's see how to make it. Meanwhile, please subscribe my YouTube channel, activate the info ring, and if you like this video, please remember leaving like, remarks and comments. I am waiting for your support. Thank you. Let's go on making. Now I will show you how I'm going to make these flowers. Look. Actually, I have a separate video for this, but in this video I will show once again. If you need more details, you can go to that video and you can watch, because every step I explained how to do it. But here I will show you a bit fast because I have another separate video for this. I use this kind of double acrylic yarns. You can use cotton yarns or acrylic yarns, it doesn't matter, that's completely depends on you. First of all, I'm starting to make the center. Firstly, we are making 6 chains for this. We should make 6 chains first. Later on, I'm inserting my hook in the first chain like this and making a circle. Meanwhile, I'm using the hook 2 millimeters. Now making 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and I'm inserting my hook in the center and making a double crochet. You see, we have a small space here. Making 1 chain and inserting my hook in the center and making another double crochet. Making 1 chain, yarn over, inserting my hook in the center and making a double crochet. You see, we started to make small spaces around the circle. How many spaces now we made? 1, 2, 3. Like this, you should make 11 space. Make 11 space. I will show you how to do the next. I made 11 spaces like this. Let's count together. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we are finishing. For this, I'm making 1 chain and inserting in the second chain of the starting chain. You will remember when we starting to make these double crochets, first of all we made 3 chains, and I'm now inserting in the second chain of this starting chain in order to finish it. Now I'm inserting my hook in the second chain of the starting chain. Now making slip stitch. It is finished. We made the 11th space and we finished. Now there are totally 11 spaces as a result. I'm cutting this. Yes, I'm cutting the rope. It is finished. I am hiding this remaining rope between the stitches with my hook like this. Yes, like this. A few times we are doing this, and so we are hiding the remaining rope. Okay, the center is finished. This center we finished. Now we will make the peaks. These peaks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 peaks there are totally. I will use this kind of brown rope. I'm inserting my hook in one of the center like this, and I am fixing the rope by tying it. First of all, I am taking the rope. Now I am tying it 2 times in order to fix it tightly. This is 1, this is 2 times tying. Okay, it's too long, so I am cutting. First of all, I'm taking a loop. For this reason, I'm inserting my hook in the same center that I fixed it. Taking a loop, making 1 chain. Now I'm making a long loop like this. One, 2, 3, 4. In one space we made 4 times yarn over. Now I am going to the next space, inserting my hook, the next hook I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. Totally 8 times we made this loop. 4 times in one step and 4 times in the next step. Yarn over. Now I will pull all the loops through in one time, in one move. There is a look here to fix it. We made 1 peak, 1 puffy stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making 5 chains, turning back, and now in the center of this double crochet of this puffy stitch, I am fixing this in order my puffy stitch, the peak of the flower should be neatly. You see, it's been quite neatly. Now I should come to the next space, but for this reason I'm making 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over and inserting my hook in the next space and making a long loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over again and going to the next space and making 4 times loop also in that space. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. 4 times one space, 4 times the other space. Totally 8 times of pull through like this. Okay, there is a rope here. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, making 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turning back. You see, there is a double crochet here. You see it. I'm inserting my hook in the center of this and fixing the puffy stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we are in the 3rd peak. This is 1 peak, this is 2nd peak. I'm making yarn over, inserting my hook in the next space. Oops, this is 1. This is 2. 4 times we will do it in one space. This is 3. This is 4. This is finished. And I'm going to the next space. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. Now I will pull through them all. I'm keeping this, inserting my hook like this. Okay, making 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turning back, inserting my hook in the center of the double crochet, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. We finished the 3rd peak. Now making 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we will make the 4th peak. Like this we are making totally 6 peaks. We made 3 peaks together with you. I explained everything very clearly. Make with the same steps the other 3 peaks, and let's meet in the end. I finished the 6th peak as well. Now I'm making 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turning back, inserting my hook in the center of the double crochet, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, making 1 chain and cutting the rope. Now I am hiding this remaining rope like this. Okay, I'm cutting the remaining, hiding this one between the puffy stage like this. We made a beautiful puffy flower. Dear friends, for this project we need a bag lining. I bought this from a hobby shop. This side is 27 centimeters and this side of the bag lining is 16 centimeters. It has zipper itself. I bought it like this. We will need a back chain. It is 1.5 centimeters. Of course, I bought according to me. According to yourself, you can, maybe you will buy in different size. I have also 2 chain hook like this and mini crochet flowers like this. I explained to you how you are going to make this. You are going to need a needle. First of all, we are putting our bag lining in front of us, and we will decide how much flowers, how many flowers we are going to be in need. Like this, we are putting them side by side. Like this, side by side, we are putting the flowers, and then we are starting the knitting. How we are going to sew them up? For example, I am taking 2 flowers in my hand. This is the front side, this is the back side. I'm turning them at the back side, and from the back sides I'm starting to sew them up. Let me put them aside and show you well. A few times I'm sewing up in the same way in order to sew them up very well. For example, I saw this side. I'm going to the other side like this, and I will sew these two parts. A few times I'm sewing up in the same place. Look, it's been sewed up. Now I am taking another color of crochet flower. I'm turning back again. Side by side I will go and sewing the flowers up like this, for example. First of all, I'm going to that side like this. Now I can sew them up like this. Back side. We are sewing up always from the back sides. Now I will sew these two parts. Like this. I am sewing up very tightly. You see, it's been like this. And I'm taking another crochet flower in my hand, and I am going on doing the same thing. Turning this back, and I will connect these two parts and these two parts together. Sorry, now I'm here. I will sew up like this. For this reason I have to come here from this. I will slide the needle between the puffy stitches like this. Okay, I came here. Now I can sew up. From the top side of these flowers like this. Now I am sliding the needle between the stitches again and coming to the other side. I'm going on doing the same thing. Like this. As you see, it's been sewing up very neatly. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to sew up like this, side by side, the flowers, like till the end of this side. I am putting another color. I am putting another color here and another color and another color like this till I finish this row. As you see here, I finished sewing up the first row. It's been like this. Now I will make the same for the second row. I am putting side by side the crochet flowers in the colors I like. Any colors you love, you can make side by side like this. For example, now I am in the second row. I will sew up the second row like this. This is the last flower in the first row I sew up. Now I am on the upper row. I'm taking this crochet flower in my hand, and this is the front side. These are all the front side. I'm turning this back and putting side by side like this. I will sew up. As you see, this side is coming together, this side is coming together, and also this side in three parts. From the three sides of the flowers I will sew up. First of all, I'm sliding the needle here because I will start sewing up here. I'm doing the sliding, like sliding the needle between the puffy stitches, like this. Okay, now I can start sewing up. First of all, let me take this out. First of all, here, these two parts. Meanwhile, it is very windy here. Maybe you see the voice of the wind. Like this. Now I will sew these two parts. So I'm sliding my needle again. One moment. Like this. Okay. Now I will sew up these two parts. And sliding the needle till the third part. Here I will sew up again. As you see, the third part is also being sewed up. Now, for example, for example, I am putting the yellow flower here. I can go on sewing up with the yellow flower. Always from the back side. I'm turning this from the back side. Like this. You see, these parts are coming side by side, this part is coming side by side, and also this one, and these parts here I will sew up. Now I'm sliding the needle like this and coming here, and here I will connect this flower and this flower. I'm connecting these two parts with the behind these two parts. Like this. Okay, now I am going to the other part by sliding the needle gently. Okay, I'm connecting these two parts. Now sliding the needle here and connecting these parts as well. Like this. And now I'm putting another color beside this and sewing up also this part. You are sewing up all the flowers like this in the size of your bag lining, and then you are finishing the bag. I sew up these 3 flowers. It's been like this. Like this. Now I will sew up another flower. First of all, I'm making like this, turning back. This is also back side. You see where you should sew up. Like this. Sewing up is taking a bit time, but when you finish it, it's really becoming very nice bag. For the crocheting, patience is very important for the results, for the beautiful results. You see, like this. Very carefully, very neatly, we are trying to sew up. Now it's here. Yes, dear friends, I finished sewing up the green flower as well. Let's turn it back. You see, it's becoming very nice, very neatly. Now, for example, choosing another color. Let's choose this color, like this. So you see, I'm turning it back. Putting in the same way and trying to sew up the places. You see the places where you should sew up, here, coming here, like this. It is very easy. Dear friends, you should finish sewing up this side like this in the same measure according to your, in the same size according to your lining back. Later on we will sew up the other sides. Okay, finish this side like this. Yes, I finished one part of the crochet flower back. It's like this. For example, this is the back lining. It's completely covering this side. Let me show like this. And the only thing I should do is just going on sewing up for the back side. Now what we are going to do, we are going to make the back side. For this reason, side by side, we will go on sewing up the flowers like this, for example. In the same length, in the same length of this, in the same length like this, we will make side by side like this. In the same way we make the others. Later on, we will turn it back like this. Okay. First of all, sew up the flowers side by side in the first row, in the same length of the front side. Okay. I finished the first row of the back side. Yes, I put the back lining on it. It's gonna be like this. We will go on sewing up when we finish also this side. Later on we will sew up these parts and also this part, and the back will be finished. I finished the second row as well. Let me show it to you closely. Like this. I finished side by side. I am in the third row. I finished the second row, and I will tell you how I am going to finish the flowers in the middle like this. First of all, turning back, this is the back side. I am putting the flower like this. You know, these sides are touching each other, and I am sewing up these parts that touches to the other flowers. I'm taking my yarn needle in my hand. I'm taking the rope in the needle, and I am making a knot at the edge. I am putting, for example, this flower like this, and I am starting sewing up. I am doing this from the back side. You know, this is the back side, this is the front side, like this. I'm sewing up all the places, all the sides that touches each other, like this. like this. I touch it this side. All the places that touches each other you should sew up. Like this. Yes, I finished this flower I is sewing up. I sewed all the parts that touches each other. It looks like this very neatly in the front side. You should sew up all the flowers like this till you end also this side, dear friends. Yes, at last I finished sewing up all the flowers. You see, it's been very beautiful. Let me show you closely. You will notice that I also sew up pearl beads in the center of each flower. It's been more beautiful like this. Let me show you closely. You see, it's really great. I left only one flower without pearl. I will show you how I sew up these pearl beads on the flowers. Let me show you once again. Okay, let's go on sewing up the pearl. We need a yarn needle for this. We are making a knot. We need one pearl for each flower. Okay, we can start sewing up the pearl. turning back. A few times I'm sewing up in order to fix the pearl in the center of the flower very tightly. Okay, it's all. I'm taking my scissor in my hand and I am cutting off. It is finished. Now all flowers are with beads now. Now we will fold it up and we will sew all the unsewed places in the bottom and in the side. For example, like this. Let me show. We will make all the flowers to touch each other and we will sew them very tightly like this. We will sew these two parts. I mean this side and this side. We will sew up by folding it in the back side, and later on we will sew up also in the bottom side, and the back is finishing. Yes, let's start sewing up. First of all, we fold it up like this and turned back. This is the back side, this is the front side, you know. I am starting from here. Actually, we are doing the same as we sew up the flowers. Dear friends, as you see here, we are sewing up all the parts that touch each other. We are just fixing them together, that's all. Yes, you should sew up till the end. Yes, I finished sewing up. It's been like this. This is the back side, of course. When I turned it up, like this. Now the only thing we should do is just to sew up the bottom side. We will make the same actually. I'm turning the back side. What we are doing, we are sewing up all the places that touches each other. That's all. Yes, let's start sewing up the bottom side. Actually, dear friends, there is no difference than sewing up the other parts. We are just sewing the parts that touches each other like this. It is the same. We are not leaving any spaces. We are sewing up all the places very neatly, very tightly, very carefully. That's all. Like this, sew up the flowers in the bottom side till the end, dear friends. I finished sewing up the bottom side. Now I am turning the front side. You see, it's been very nice. You know, I have a bag lining for this bag. I bought it from a hobby shop. Now I am putting it inside the bag. I'm shaping it like this, very neatly. You see, it's been very nice. Now I will sew up these sides gently. I will attach it to the puffy bag. First of all, I will sew up these two parts. Later on, I will gently sew up the other sides. I finish sewing up the lining bag inside the bag as well, like this. Now the turn is just assemble the chains between the sides. For this I have two hooks like this. As these hooks like this. And I will sew up these two ends inside the bags, and the bag is finishing at last. Yes, I assembled also the chains, and the bag is ready to use.